Have you ever wondered why some people seem to stay sharp, active, and full of energy well into their 80s and 90s, while others struggle with constant fatigue, infections, and nagging health problems? It's easy to assume the difference comes down to luck or maybe genetics. But what if it's something much simpler, something most of us overlook every single day? See, many of us have stuck with the same hygiene routine we've used for decades: showering, brushing our teeth, maybe applying lotion or shaving, and we figure that's enough. But here's the surprising truth. There are five often ignored parts of your body that, if not cared for properly, could slowly chip away at your health, draining your energy, increasing your risk of infection, and even putting extra strain on your heart and immune system. It sounds dramatic, but research backs it up. Neglecting these areas doesn't just lead to odor or discomfort. Over time, it can raise your risk for serious conditions, things like heart disease, diabetes complications, and even cognitive decline. And the good news? Fixing this doesn't require hours in the bathroom or fancy products. Just a few simple tweaks to your daily routine, taking minutes, not hours, could protect your health, sharpen your mind, and even help you feel lighter, cleaner, and more confident. I'll be honest, I didn't give much thought to these hidden hygiene habits until I sat down with Dr. Emma Harris, a geriatric specialist who spent over 30 years helping older adults protect their health. What she shared opened my eyes. Today, I'm going to reveal the five most overlooked body parts and why giving them just a little extra care could add quality years to your life. And stick with me until the end, because some of these might surprise you. But once you know them, you won't look at your daily routine the same way again. Before we dive in, can I ask a small favor? If you care about your health and want more practical, science-backed tips like this, please tap the like button. It truly helps this content reach more people who need it. And if you're new here, hit subscribe and turn on the bell. That way, you won't miss any future videos that help you stay healthier, longer. All right, let's begin with one of the most surprising and most forgotten areas of your body, a place that, if neglected, can silently harm your heart, your immune system, and even your breath. Let's talk about your tongue. Now, let me ask you, when was the last time you truly thought about cleaning your tongue? Most of us brush our teeth twice a day, maybe floss. But the tongue? It's easy to ignore. Yet it might just be one of the most important and most neglected parts of your daily hygiene routine. You see, your tongue isn't just a muscle that helps you eat and speak. It's like a sponge, absorbing everything you put in your mouth. Food particles, bacteria, dead cells, they all collect there, often forming a thin, sticky coating you might not even notice. And here's where it becomes more than just a bad breath issue. Over time, harmful bacteria living on your tongue can sneak into your bloodstream through tiny cuts or inflamed gums, especially common as we age. Once inside, these bacteria can silently trigger chronic inflammation. And studies now link this to heart disease, diabetes complications, and even respiratory infections. Think of your tongue like the air filter in your home. If you never clean it, what happens? Dust builds up, air quality drops, and everything downstream, your lungs, your health, starts to suffer. Fortunately, there's a simple solution, one that takes less than 3 minutes a day, the right way to clean your tongue. Here's how to do it safely and effectively. Step 1, use a tongue scraper, not just your toothbrush. A tongue scraper is a small, inexpensive tool you can find at any pharmacy. It's designed to gently lift away that layer of bacteria, dead cells, and debris much better than a toothbrush can. Step 2, start from the back and work forward. Place the scraper at the back of your tongue and slowly pull forward. Don't press too hard. Think of it like wiping down a dusty shelf, firm but gentle. Repeat 3 to 4 times until you see that whitish or yellow film come off. That's what you don't want sitting in your mouth. Step 3, rinse well after scraping. Rinse your mouth thoroughly with water. Some people like to follow with a mild, alcohol-free mouthwash, but even just water will help flush away the loosened bacteria. When to do it? Timing matters. Morning. Scrape first thing to remove bacteria that build up overnight while you sleep. Evening. Go a bit gentler before bed when your tongue may feel more sensitive. This tiny addition to your morning and evening routine can have surprisingly powerful effects. Here's what you'll notice over time. Food starts tasting better. Many older adults say that within a few weeks, coffee tastes richer, fruit tastes sweeter, and meals become more enjoyable again. That's because you're clearing away the coating that dulls your taste buds. Your immune system gets a boost. With fewer bacteria in your mouth, your body isn't working overtime trying to fight off those invisible invaders. That means more energy, less inflammation, and better overall health. Bad breath? Gone. If you've struggled with bad breath, even after brushing and flossing, chances are your tongue is the missing piece. Scraping removes the odor-causing bacteria that brushing can't reach. Let me share a quick story. Linda, a 67-year-old retiree, told me she'd battled bad breath for years. I tried everything. New toothpaste, fancy mouthwashes. Nothing worked, she said. Then she started scraping her tongue every morning. Within 2 weeks, the bad breath was gone. It felt like I got my confidence back, she smiled. And then there's Theodore, a 71-year-old former teacher. He'd lost interest in food because everything tasted bland. After adding tongue scraping to his routine, he was amazed. I could taste my coffee again. Even strawberries tasted sweet. I hadn't realized how much I was missing. Tips for sensitive gag reflexes. If you're worried about gagging, start slowly. Scrape only the middle of your tongue for the first few days. As you get used to the sensation, you'll be able to reach a little further back comfortably. And remember, if you ever notice unusual white patches or persistent soreness, don't ignore it. That could signal a deeper issue worth checking with your doctor or dentist. A small habit that protects your heart, brain, and energy. It's incredible, isn't it? This simple 3-minute habit doesn't just freshen your breath. It lightens the load on your immune system, helps protect your heart, and might even restore your enjoyment of food. And best of all, it costs almost nothing. If you've never tried tongue scraping, I truly encourage you. Give it 1 week, see how you feel. Notice the difference in your breath, your energy, even your appetite. All right, are you ready for the next overlooked body part? Because this next one might surprise you even more. It's something you rely on every single day, yet most of us forget to care for it until it's too late. Let's talk about your feet. Now here's something most people overlook. Your feet. Think about how much your feet do for you, quietly, every single day. They carry your entire weight, help you balance, and keep you moving, step after step, year after year. Yet for so many of us, foot care becomes an afterthought. A quick rinse in the shower, maybe a dab of lotion when they feel dry. But what if I told you that neglecting your feet could trigger far bigger health problems than you realize? Why foot care becomes more critical as you age. As we grow older, the skin on our feet naturally becomes thinner and drier. Circulation slows down. Nerve endings become less sensitive. And before we know it, small issues, like dry skin or a tiny sore, can spiral into infections, balance problems, or even serious diabetic complications. Dr. Emma Harris, a senior health specialist I spoke with, put it simply, your feet are like the foundation of a house. If they weaken, everything above, your knees, hips, back, even your heart health, starts to suffer. Ignoring this foundation puts your independence at risk. Swelling or cold toes could be poor circulation or heart strain, red patches or pale skin, early signs of nerve damage or diabetes issues, aching, burning sensations, possible neuropathy that affects your balance. And let's not forget, a simple fall caused by weak or painful feet can change everything. But here's the good news. You can strengthen this foundation with a few intentional habits that don't take much time, but protect your health in powerful ways. The right way to wash your feet and why it matters. Most people assume standing in the shower is enough. It's not. Water running over your feet doesn't remove the dead skin, bacteria, and sweat that collect there, especially between your toes. Here's what really works. 1. Wash daily, thoroughly and gently. Sit comfortably. Use a shower chair or edge of the tub. Use warm, not hot water and a soft washcloth or sponge. Gently clean the tops, soles, and, most importantly, the spaces between your toes. Think of those spaces like the slats of a window blind. If you don't wipe between each one, grime builds up fast. 2. Rinse thoroughly. Soap residue can dry out skin, leading to cracks. Make sure all soap is washed away. The step everyone skips, drying properly. Now here's where most people go wrong. They skip proper drying. Picture this. You've washed a load of dishes. Would you stack them away while still wet, trapping moisture? Of course not. Yet so many of us do exactly that with our feet. Leaving damp skin, especially between your toes, creates a perfect environment for bacteria and fungus. That's how infections like athlete's foot start and spread. Do this instead. Use a dedicated soft towel just for your feet. Pat dry, don't rub aggressively. Lift and dry between each toe carefully. Never leave moisture trapped. Let me share a quick story about Thomas, a 73-year-old retiree. For years, he thought rinsing his feet in the shower was enough, until he noticed persistent redness between his toes. It turned out to be a fungal infection, slowly spreading. His doctor told him what most of us don't hear. It's not just washing, it's the drying that prevents this. Once Thomas committed to drying his feet carefully each night, the infection cleared up, and surprisingly, so did his daily foot pain. I felt steadier. My feet stopped burning. It was like getting a part of myself back, he told me. Now here's something most people overlook. Your underarms. For most of us, our daily routine is simple: wash, dry, apply deodorant, and move on. We think of our armpits as just a spot to manage sweat or prevent body odor. But what if I told you this small area plays a much bigger role in your health than you've ever imagined? Your underarms aren't just sweat zones. They're home to a dense network of lymph nodes, tiny but powerful parts of your immune system that quietly work behind the scenes to filter toxins, fight infections, and keep your body's defenses strong. When this area gets clogged with sweat, bacteria, and product buildup, your body's natural detox system struggles. And over time, that can lead to more than just bad odor. It can weaken your immunity. The hidden problem with skipping. Proper underarm care. Think about what happens when you toss damp clothes into a laundry basket and forget about them. They grow musty, develop mold, and start to smell. The same thing happens under your arms if moisture and bacteria get trapped day after day. Here's what builds up. Sweat-dead skin cells, deodorant, and antiperspirant residue bacteria that thrive in dark, damp spaces, and the result? Chronic irritation, rashes, painful clogged pores, and even inflamed lymph nodes. Dr. Helen Carter, a specialist in lymphatic health, explains it best. Your underarms are like a drainage system. If they get clogged, toxins can't clear efficiently, and that can weaken your immune response over time. How to clean your underarms the right way. Most people miss this. Start with warm water. Warmth opens pores, making it easier to remove buildup. A cool rinse simply won't do the job. Use a soft washcloth or sponge. Your underarm skin is delicate. Harsh scrubbing only causes tiny abrasions that invite bacteria. Move in every direction. Circular motions up and down, side to side. Think of it like polishing a fragile piece of crystal. You want to be thorough but gentle. Choose the right soap. Skip harsh, scented soaps that strip your skin's natural balance. Opt for mild, fragrance-free cleansers that protect your skin while washing away buildup. Rinse completely. Soap residue is a common cause of rashes and irritation in this area. Make sure to rinse until the water runs clear. Meet Olivia, a real story of underarm recovery. Let me share Olivia's story. She's a 65-year-old retired teacher who battled itchy underarm rashes for years. At first, she blamed her deodorant, thinking she needed to switch brands. Then she wondered if it was just part of aging. But the real problem? She was skipping proper underarm care. I never realized how much buildup stayed there. Old deodorant, sweat. I was basically layering it on, day after day, Olivia shared. Once she started using a mild soap, washing thoroughly, and rinsing well. Everything changed. The redness disappeared. The bumps smoothed out. And for the first time in years, she felt truly clean. Why drying matters just as much now. Here's the part nearly everyone misses. Drying your underarms completely. Dampness left behind creates the perfect breeding ground for bacteria and fungi. That's why even clean skin can start to smell or itch by midday. Gently pat dry, don't rub harshly, which can irritate skin. Use a dedicated soft towel to avoid spreading bacteria from other areas. Give your skin a moment to breathe before applying deodorant. This simple pause helps reduce irritation. Pro tip: if you're prone to irritation, try air drying your underarms for 30 seconds before dressing. It makes a noticeable difference. Your underarms, a small area with big health impact. Here's something most people don't know. Your armpits house over 20 lymph nodes. Every day they filter out toxins and waste. When this area gets clogged with bacteria and product residue, it slows down your body's natural detox process. But when you care for your underarms properly, you reduce inflammation. You support your immune health. You sweat less because your pores aren't constantly blocked. You eliminate odor at the source, not just cover it up. Olivia told me something I'll never forget. Once I started taking care of my underarms like the rest of my body, I felt lighter, like my skin could finally breathe again. And the truth is, she's right. Small changes like this create ripple effects that improve your entire well-being. Give this a week, feel the difference. Try this for just 1 week. Cleanse your underarms properly, rinse thoroughly, dry completely. Let your skin breathe before applying any products. Here's what you'll likely notice: softer skin, fewer bumps or rough patches, less irritation and redness. A noticeable reduction in body odor, because you're removing the bacteria that causes it. And most importantly, you're giving your immune system a little extra support every single day. Now, are you ready to uncover the next surprising hygiene habit most people skip? One that can transform your breathing, sleep, and even your energy levels? Let's talk about your nose. Now, here's something most people never think about: your nose. We breathe nearly 20,000 times a day, yet we rarely give our nose a second thought until something feels blocked or stuffy. But the truth is, this small, often ignored part of your body plays a massive role in your overall health, especially as you age. Your nose is much more than a passage for air. It's your body's first line of defense, a powerful, built-in air filter designed to trap dust, allergens, bacteria, and pollutants before they can reach your lungs, heart, and brain. But just like any filter, if you neglect it, it gets clogged. And when that happens, your health slowly pays the price. What happens when you ignore nasal care? Over time, microscopic particles build up: dust, pollen, bacteria, creating inflammation in your nasal passages. Your breathing becomes shallow. Oxygen flow decreases. Sleep becomes restless. And the worst part? You may not even realize what's happening. Many older adults chalk it up to getting older or blame seasonal allergies. But poor nasal hygiene can lead to chronic congestion and sinus pressure, restless sleep and snoring, brain fog, fatigue, and memory issues, increased risk of respiratory infections. Dr. Helen Carter, a respiratory health expert, puts it simply: your nose is the gateway to your brain. If that gateway gets blocked, everything downstream suffers: your lungs, your heart, your energy, even your mood. Why nasal health declines with age and how to fix it. As we age, the tiny hairs and mucous membranes inside the nose, designed to trap irritants, become less efficient. Dry air, medications, and slowed circulation all make things worse. That's why nasal care becomes non-negotiable in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. Here's the good news: supporting your nasal health is simple, soothing, and takes just minutes a day. How to clean your nose the right way. Morning. Rinse. Start your day by splashing warm water around your nostrils to clear overnight dust and mucus buildup. It's like wiping down your windshield before driving. Saline spray or rinse. A saline spray acts like a gentle shower for your nose, flushing out allergens and improving airflow. Struggle with congestion? Consider using a neti pot, a small teapot-like device that rinses your sinuses with salt water. It feels odd at first, but many describe it as life-changing. Breathe steam. Sit over a bowl of hot water, drape a towel over your head, and breathe deeply. Add a few drops of eucalyptus or peppermint oil for extra relief. Steam loosens stubborn mucus and opens airways naturally. Blow gently. Most get this wrong. Forceful blowing can push mucus deeper into your sinuses. Instead, clear one nostril at a time into a soft tissue. Wash your hands afterward to prevent spreading germs. Combat nasal dryness. If your nose feels dry or irritated, try a dab of coconut oil or vitamin E oil inside the nostrils. It soothes the delicate skin and prevents cracking, especially in dry climates. Meet James and Bella, two lives transformed by nasal care. James, a 69-year-old retired construction worker, spent decades inhaling dust and debris. "I thought waking up stuffy was just part of getting older," he shared. But his sleep suffered. He'd wake gasping for air, groggy and drained. Once James added a saline rinse and steam inhalation to his routine, everything changed. "I could finally breathe again. I didn't realize how much congestion was dragging me down until it was gone." Then there's Bella, 76, an avid gardener who always woke up foggy. "It felt like my head was stuffed with cotton," she said. "I just figured that's what happens after 70. After adding nasal care, Bella now wakes up refreshed and clear-headed. "It's like my energy came back. I never realized how much my breathing was affecting my mind." The science-backed benefits of nasal care. Clearer breathing. No more constant sniffles or blocked airways. Better sleep. Unclogged nasal passages mean less snoring, deeper sleep, and waking up refreshed. Sharper brain function. More oxygen flow means better memory, less brain fog, and improved mood. Fewer respiratory infections. Removing bacteria and allergens before they enter your lungs protects your immune health. Reduced allergy symptoms. Regular rinsing clears out pollen and irritants, preventing flare-ups before they start. Small habit, big impact on your daily life. If you've ever struggled with restless sleep, waking up groggy, or feeling like your head is in a fog, this might be your missing piece. Try adding nasal care to your routine, even just a gentle rinse or steam session, and you might be surprised how quickly things improve. You'll breathe deeper, sleep sounder, think clearer, and feel more like yourself again. Give it a try and share your experience. Have you ever tried a saline rinse or steam breathing? Did you notice a difference? I'd love to hear about your experience in the comments. Drop a below and let's start a real conversation. Up next, we're heading to one of the most surprising and most neglected areas of the body, a place that can quietly cause irritation, odor, and even infections if left unchecked. Let's talk about your belly button. Now here's something most people overlook: your belly button. It's easy to forget about. After all, it just sits there, out of sight, out of mind. But what if I told you this tiny area could quietly collect sweat, oil, dead skin cells, and bacteria, creating irritation, infections, and even that mysterious odor you can't quite place? Think about it. Your belly button is a small enclosed space, a perfect hiding spot for buildup. And as we age, our skin changes. Natural oils decrease, cell turnover slows, and hygiene routines get simpler. It's no wonder this spot gets ignored. But what starts as mild irritation can snowball into skin infections or fungal issues if you're not careful. Why belly button? Care matters more than you think. According to Dr. Emma Harris, specialists often refer to the belly button as the hidden pocket of the body. She explains, "We see older adults develop infections here because it's warm, dark, and often moist, an ideal environment for bacteria to thrive. And if you have diabetes, compromised immunity, or sensitive skin, this little area becomes even more important to monitor." Neglecting your belly button can lead to fungal or bacterial infections, itching, redness, or swelling, persistent body odor, slow-healing sores, especially dangerous for those with diabetes. Surprisingly, some people even develop umbilical granulomas, small growths caused by prolonged irritation or infection. Jane's story, how one small change improved her confidence. Let me share a quick story about Jane, a 78-year-old retiree. For years, Jane noticed a faint, musty smell, but she couldn't figure out where it was coming from. "I blame my clothes, my laundry soap, even my diet," she chuckled. But it was always there. It wasn't until her doctor gently suggested cleaning her belly button daily that Jane saw a change. "I was embarrassed at first," she admitted. "But after a week of gentle cleaning, that smell was gone, completely." And that wasn't all. Jane noticed the skin around her stomach felt softer, less irritated, and healthier. The right way to clean your belly button without causing irritation. Warm water and mild soap. Use a soft washcloth or cotton swab dipped in warm water and gentle, fragrance-free soap. Move slowly, especially if you have a deep or inward belly button. Rinse well. Soap residue can irritate sensitive skin if left behind. Rinse until the water runs clear. Dry thoroughly. Dampness invites bacteria. Pat the area dry with a clean, soft towel or cotton swab. If your belly button stays moist, consider a brief air dry before dressing. Moisturize if needed, but sparingly. If the skin feels dry or itchy, apply a tiny amount of natural oil, like coconut or vitamin E oil. Avoid heavy lotions that could trap moisture. Warning signs to watch for daily cleaning helps, but stay alert for these subtle signs something's wrong. Redness or irritation that doesn't fade, unusual discharge or foul odor, itching or flaking skin pain, especially near old piercings. For people with diabetes or weaker immune systems, even minor belly button infections can escalate quickly. If you spot these signs, call your doctor. Special reminder, what if you have a piercing? Many people forget, belly button piercings don't close up entirely. That small hole remains a perfect place for bacteria, sweat, and dead skin to collect. If you have one, clean gently around the jewelry daily with warm water and mild soap. Dry thoroughly to avoid trapped moisture. Watch for redness or tenderness, which could signal irritation or infection. Even years after healing, belly button piercings need regular care to stay healthy. The big impact of a small habit. You might be thinking, does this really matter? Here's the thing. Yes, it does. Your belly button may be small, but like every part of your body, it deserves attention. Caring for it protects your skin, prevents hidden infections, and boosts your confidence. No more mysterious odors. No more itching or discomfort. No more wondering if you're missing something in your routine. Simple habit, lifelong benefit. As Jane told me, "I never thought something so simple would make me feel cleaner, fresher, and more confident." And that's the beauty of this. A 1-minute habit can create ripple effects that improve your skin health, comfort, and peace of mind. So here's your gentle reminder. Tomorrow, when you're drying off after your shower, don't forget your belly button. It's one of those small things that adds up over time, just like every choice you make for your health. Now that we've walked through these 5 often forgotten areas, your tongue, feet, armpits, nasal passages, and belly button, you might be wondering, does it really make that much of a difference? And the answer is absolutely, because these aren't just hygiene tips. They're small, intentional acts of self-care that ripple through your entire body. When you take better care of these overlooked areas, you're not just preventing infections or irritation. You're supporting your immune system, improving your circulation, protecting your heart, even sharpening your senses. It's about feeling fresher, sleeping better, moving with more ease, and waking up each morning knowing you're giving your body the care it truly deserves. The bigger picture, why this matters more as we age. Here's something Dr. Emma Harris said that really stuck with me. In your younger years, your body can bounce back from small mistakes. But after 60, it's the little things, the overlooked habits, that quietly build your future health. That's powerful, isn't it? Because aging well isn't about chasing perfection or spending hours every day on complicated routines. It's about these simple, science-backed habits you practice consistently, protecting the parts of your body most people forget. Which habit surprised you most? Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 5 areas caught you off guard? Were you already doing some of these? Or did one tip stand out as something you want to start today? Share your thoughts in the comments. I truly enjoy reading them. Your stories inspire not just me, but everyone who visits this channel. And who knows, you might even help someone else realize they're not alone. Your support helps keep this community growing. If today's video opened your eyes or gave you something new to think about, would you do me a small favor? Tap the like button. It helps this video reach more people who might really need these tips. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another video packed with practical advice to help you stay strong, sharp, and independent. Your support means the world to me, and it's what keeps this channel going. One last gentle reminder. At the end of the day, your health isn't just about the big things. It's about the small, quiet choices you make when no one's watching. Choosing to clean your tongue for just 2 extra minutes, drying your feet thoroughly, caring for your armpits and nose with intention, or remembering your belly button. That tiny spot we so easily forget. These little moments, they add up. They build the kind of health that keeps you feeling good, not just today, but years from now. And that's what you deserve. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.